Oh. Oh.
Is your kid ready to explore a world built just for them?
Wow.
The Lingo Kids app has over 3,000 songs.
Oh. Are you okay? Oh, really? Yes. Why? I want to tell a story. 2 years ago. A man bought an old house for almost nothing. And strange warning. The seller gave him one strange warning. Whatever you do, don't open. Don't open the small red door in the basement. At first he laughed. It was probably a joke. After moving in, something weird happened. Meow. Every night at exactly 3 a.m. Red door. He heard 3 knocks coming from the behind the red door. Meow. Knock, knock, knock. Ah. Meow. Try to ignore it. For months, he never opened the door. The one stormy night, he grabbed a flashlight and unlocked it. Behind the door was a narrow staircase leading underground. At the bottom, he found a room. Empty, except for a wooden chair. Rough of himself. Not from last year, 10 days in the future. He was standing beside an open grave. The picture was dated 7 days in the future. Close it. In the photo, he was standing beside an open grave. photo, he was and written on the back were four words. Ten days later, the photo came true. Imagine waking up one morning and finding a message on your phone. Not a text, not an email, but a calendar notification. It simply said, "Do not take flight 702. The strange thing was, had never created that reminder. At first, Ethan thought it was a prank. But when he checked the details, he froze. The reminder had been created from his own account. 10 years in the future, that wasn't possible. Someone had somehow scheduled, hadn't happened yet. Ethan laughed it off and deleted it. A few minutes later, another notification appeared. Seriously, don't take the flight 702. This time, there was an attachment. A photo. It showed a crashed airplane in the middle of a snowy mountain. The flight number on the broken tail was 702. Art started racing. Flight 702 was the exact plane he was supposed to board the next day. Now he was nervous. Assumed someone was messing with him. That night, a third notification arrived. The footage was shaky. Everywhere. Screaming. I turned for a split second and captured the face of the person holding it. His phone. The person filming was him. With gray hair. Looked directly into the camera. If you're watching this, I failed. Don't get on the plane. At all. Meaning he drove to the airport. Himself, there had to be a logical explanation. Hackers existed. He waited near the gate, another notification appeared. A little girl was sitting nearby. Him a folded piece of paper. She said, but the girl simply pointed toward the crowded terminal. No one stood out. Tense. The future is changing. You have 5 minutes. All echoed through the airport. Then his phone rang. Unknown number. Filled the speaker. Own voice. Listen carefully. If you board at plane 217, with you, he asked. Crowd. We discovered a way to send tiny pieces of information backward through time. Because every time I do, the future changes. This is the closest I've ever gotten. 1 minute, the call disconnected. People continued walking onto the aircraft. Everything looked normal. Always look before they happen. Then, turn around and walk away. Without him. 6 hours, he watched the news constantly. Nothing happened. Seattle landed safely. Ish. away an important business trip because of a bizarre prank. Went home. Phone vibrated. A final message appeared. Good. Passengers survived. Ethan stared at the screen. Now something worse happens. Showed a crowded city street. Running. Buildings were damaged. The sky. At the center of the image stood a man. Six chilling words. Everyone will blame you. Punished. No sender, no trace, nothing. Tomorrow. Part 2 of the story. The next morning, Ethan woke up hoping it had all been a nightmare. As flooded as some were confused. A few were terrifying. Dead. They're looking for you. As he turned on the television, line read. Moments before city disaster. Relief. Up from the notification was real. Earlier. Massive explosion had rocked the center of the city. But security footage showed a man entering the area shortly before the blast. That man looked exactly like Ethan. Same face, same height, same clothes. The police had released the image to the public. The entire country was searching for him. I didn't do this, Ethan whispered. But nobody would believe him. Then his phone vibrated. A new notification. Go to the train station. He almost threw the phone across the room. Every terrible thing had started with these messages. Yet somehow they always knew what would happen. "45 minutes later, wearing a hat and sunglasses, Ethan arrived at the station. Platform 7 was empty. Almost. An old man sat alone on the bench. A newspaper. As Ethan approached, the old man spoke without looking up. "You're late. Do I know you?" The old man folded the newspaper. Ethan froze. The man's face looks familiar. Very familiar. It was him. Not older by 10 years. Older by 40. Wrinkled. Gray-haired. But unquestionably him. "Impossible," Ethan whispered. "I've said that word many times myself," the old man replied. "Who are you?" "I'm what you become if we fail." Ethan sat down slowly. Nothing made sense anymore. The old man reached into his coat and produced a photograph. It showed a futuristic city. Towering buildings. Flying vehicles. Advanced technology. But something was wrong. Military drones filled the sky. Armed soldiers stood on every corner. People wore tracking devices around their wrist. "This is 50 years from now," the old man said.
Siri, play Spaghetti Powerball.
What happened? The explosion. The one everyone blames me for? a disaster triggers a chain of events. New technologies are rushed into service. Freedoms disappear little by little. Decade after decade. Ethan looked at the photograph. Why not stop the explosion? The old man's expression darkened. We've tried. Thousands of times. A cold chill ran down Ethan's spine. What do you mean thousands? The old man looked toward the train's tracks. Every time we change the past, a new timeline forms. In some versions, the plane crashes, in others, the city explodes, in some, both happen. Then why am I being blamed? Ansai. Because technically you are responsible. Stood up. Ethan stood up. What are you talking about? Old man pulled out another photo. This one made Ethan's blood run cold. The image showed security footage from the day of the explosion. The suspect wasn't someone who looked like Ethan. It was Ethan. Same face. Same age. Exact same jacket. Walking directly into the restricted area. Dead. That's impossible. The old man nodded slowly. You were right. Then he pointed behind Ethan. A voice spoke. Because that isn't you. Ethan turned around. Standing at the far end of the platform was another man. A perfect copy of himself. Same face, same voice, same everything. The duplicate smiled. Hello, Ethan. The train station suddenly went silent. No announcements. No passengers.
Mama hurt you. Scared of Mama? Mama hurt you?
5 minutes.
Come talk to Mama.
No passengers. Just the three of them. Ethan backed away. Are you? Who are you? Kate laughed. Kate laughed. The duplicate laughed. Then he answered. I'm the version of you that stopped listening to warnings. The old man's face turned pale. Run, he whispered. Move, every light in the station went out. But before Ethan could move, every light in the station went out. Darkness swallowed everything. And somewhere in the darkness, the duplicate said one final sentence. You finally caught up to the real story. Then the screaming started. No, no, no. The screaming echoed through the darkness. Where it was coming from. Ethan couldn't tell where it was coming from. The station had vanished. No lights, no trains, no people, just blackness. Then silence. The light flickered above him. The light flickered above him. The platform was back. But the old version of Ethan was gone. Only the duplicate remained. Standing perfectly still. Smiling. T. Ethan demanded. Is he? Where? The duplicate shrugged. Gone. What did you do to him? Nothing. The duplicate stepped forward. The better question is, what did he do? What did he do to you? Ethan heart pounded. Think about. What are you talking about? The duplicate looked almost disappointed. Duplicate looked almost disappointed. Don't remember. You still don't remember. Remember what? The duplicate reached into his pocket and pulled out a small silver key. Instantly, Ethan felt dizzy. A memory flashed through his mind. A metal door. Lights. Warning light. A voice shouting. The same silver key. Memory disappeared. The duplicate noticed. There it is. What was that? Memory. A memory. I don't understand. Of course you don't. The duplicate tossed the key. Ethan caught it instinctively. The moment his fingers touched the metal, another memory exploded into his mind. A laboratory. Massive machines. Running. Scientist running. Computer screens displaying the words. Temporal gate active. And then himself beside the machine. Standing beside the machine. Giving an order. Order. Terrible order. Terrible order. Open it. Vision vanished. Ethan staggered backward. No, the duplicate nodded. Now you're starting to remember. That wasn't real. It was. Who are you? The duplicate smile disappeared. For the first time, he looked serious. Okay, let's go. Mama, I feel, Mama. I'm you. No, the original you. The words felt impossible. Continued. 50 years from now, humanity invents something called the temporal gate. Time travel? Something worse. The duplicate pointed upward. The gate didn't just connect moments in time. What did it connect? Timelines. Mega, let's go. Let's go. Don't touch the car, don't touch. Yeah, touch. Hold on. No, 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 don't touch it. Oh, your toy. Yeah. Continue the Ethan story. Oh, yeah. No, no. What did it connect? Landlines. Ethan felt cold. The duplicate continued. Millions of alternate. And at first, it was amazing. Darkened. People discover something terrifying. Ah, what? Every timeline had an Ethan. The station became eerily quiet. The duplicate stared directly into Ethan's eyes. Every timeline, Ethan eventually found the gate. That's impossible. No. The duplicate voice dropped. What's impossible is what happened next. Post. He post. Then said, millions of timelines? Out of millions of thousands? Ito. Baka meron to. Okay. So out of millions of timelines, version of Ethan made the same station. Ethan swallowed hard. Decision. What decision? Kate answered immediately. The duplicate answered immediately. To control the gate. Roared past the station. Train roared past the station. Except there were no trucks. It appeared from nowhere and vanished into nowhere. As if reality itself was breaking. The duplicate watched it disappear. Some Ethans wanted power. Pink flashed. Some wanted money. There. Another. Some wanted to stop wars. Kate looked at him. The duplicate looked at him. But every single one eventually became a threat. Even Ted. Ethan shook his head. You're lying. My? Am I? The duplicate reached into his coat and produced a thick stack of photographs. Hundreds of them. Each showed a different Ethan. Some wore military uniforms. Some stood in ruined cities. Some sat on golden thrones. Some stood alone in empty worlds. All of them look dangerous. All of them look powerful. All of them were him. The gate created an endless war between timelines. The duplicate trapped the photographs. They scattered across the platform. Entire realities destroyed each other. Ethan could barely breathe. What does this have to do with me? The duplicate laughed. Ha 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 ha. Everything. Then he pointed toward the dark tunnel at the end of the station. A figure emerged. Then another. Ethan's stomach dropped. Every figure had his face. Dozens of them. Walking slowly toward the platform. From Ethan's. Is carried Ethan's. Toward Ethan's. Hundreds. The duplicate looked terrified for the first time. They're here. Who are they? Who are they? Duplicate grabbed Ethan's arms. Survivors. Survivors of what? The last timeline. The army of Ethans continued approaching. Steps echoed through the station. One of them stepped forward. An older version with a scar across his face. Spoke calmly. Spoke calmly. We found him. We finally found him. Ethan pointed at himself. Me? The scared Ethan nodded. the first Ethan. What does that mean? No one answered. Instead, every version of Ethan stared at him. Then the scared Ethan, one finally spoke. But everyone else fell silent. You are the Ethan who created all of us. Ethan's mind went blank. Ethan raised a photograph. Scientist standing beside the temporal gate. The image was blurry. But the scientist was clearly Ethan. And beneath the photo was a date. Next week. But 50 years in the future. Not 50 years from now. Next week. It slowly stepped back. The old Ethan's warnings, the plane explosion, messages. They had never been trying to stop a disaster. They had been trying to stop him. The scared Ethan took one final step forward. Next week, you invent the temporal gate. Ethan stared at the photograph. His hands trembling. It's impossible. The scarred Ethan looked almost sad. That's exactly what we said. Then, every light in the station exploded. Glass shattered. Crunch! Ground shook. And somewhere beyond the darkness, a massive metal door begins to open. The temporal gate. 1 week too early. Something was already coming true. And something was already coming true. The sound coming from the gate wasn't mechanical. It sounded alive. Distant roar echoed through the station. Every version of Ethan froze. But Ethan looked afraid. It's here, he whispered. The massive metal door continued opening slowly, relentlessly. A blinding white light poured through the gap. The floor trembled beneath their feet. Ethan looked around. Of alternate versions of himself stood silently staring at the gate. One of them tried to run. One of them None of them tried to fight. They simply watched. Already know what was coming. Did Ethan ask? The gate answered. The reason the timelines are collapsing, the roar grew louder. Then a shadow appeared inside the light. Ethan thought it was a person. He realized how enormous it was. The thing was taller than buildings. Shape constantly shifted. Faces appeared across its body. Faces. Faces. Thousand. Of. Faces. Millions. Face belonged to someone from a different timeline. The creature wasn't made of flesh. Of realities. Realities. Made. Realities. Of realities. Broken timelines. Of broken timelines. Made. Broken timelines. Made of erased worlds. And at its center, Ethan saw something horrifying. Face, 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 bone. That scared Ethan lowered his head. The collector. The collector. Meet. Collector. What is it? Sent chills through everyone. It's what remains of every timeline, what that died. The creature stepped forward. Station instantly cracked apart. Earth dissolved into dust. Split open like a glass. Sky. Tan stared in horror. Do we stop it? Oh. Do we stop it? Nobody answered. Already know. Collector couldn't be stopped. Decades countless versions of Ethan had fought it. One had failed. Our universe had disappeared. Realization had vanished. Timelines had been erased as though they had never existed. A duplicate joke. The duplicate finally spoke. There's only one way. The scarred Ethan nodded. One. Then looked between them. Duplicate held up the silver key. Same key from the beginning. The key that unlocked his memories. Key that started everything. Wait. Then destroy it. Kate's expression darkened. The gate isn't a machine. Ethan felt his stomach drop. What do you mean? Duplicate slowly pointed at him. Feel there. And then Ethan understood. Machine invention, endless timeline, disaster, war collector. It all began with one person. Him. The gate had never been a machine. The gate was Ethan, his mind, his discovery, his existence. Every version of Ethan's carried a connection to every timeline. Destroying the gate meant erasing the source, erasing himself. A Across every reality, the scarred Ethan smiled sadly. Now you understand why nobody wanted to tell you. The collector roared again. The sky shattered completely. The stars vanished. Reality itself was collapsing. There was no one more time. The duplicate handed Ethan the silver key. This is your choice. If I do this, every person of you disappears. Ethan look around. Bits of alternate Ethan stared back. For the first time, none of them looked powerful, none of them dangerous. They are tired, like soldiers who had fought for too long. One by one, they nodded, accepting their fate. The scarred Ethan smiled. It's okay. Another Ethan laughed. Honestly, I have worse endings. Several others chuckled. For the first time, Ethan realized something. Despite everything, they still him, flawed, curious, stubborn human. The collector took another step. Reality cracked from horizon to horizon. Ethan closed his eyes, then inserted the key into the center of the gate. Click echoed through the existence. For a moment, everything became silent. The collector stopped moving. The crab stopped spreading. Time itself seemed to hold his breath. Then a brilliant light exploded across every reality. Began collapsing. It began collapsing. The alternate Ethan started fading away one by one. Like it disappeared. First, he smiled as he vanished. Phew, long enough. The scarred Ethan was next. Bye everyone. Then he was gone. Soon Ethan stood alone. Collector looked directly at him. Then the monsters. No cruelty, not angrily, almost grateful. As if it had been waiting for this moment, then it too dissolved into light. The universe became white, completely white, no sound, no time, no space, nothing. Later, a young scientist sat in a small apartment. His phone buzzed. A calendar notification appeared. It read, "Till tomorrow's experiment." Please frowned. He didn't remember creating that reminder. He is strange. Struggle. After thinking for a moment, he opened laptop and deleted the project permanently. Then he went about this day, never knowing what he had prevented, never knowing how many worlds had been saved. Never knowing why, for a brief second, he felt like someone far away had just smiled. The end of the story. Thank you for listening to my story. Till next time. See you soon.
Hum. Mm-mm. Hmm.
Uh-oh.